Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bill and Brooke's passionate surrender can't repel after double heartache? The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Bill Spencer may soon be put to the test when it comes to who his heart truly belongs to. Although Bill claims Katie Logan is the love of his life, she refocused out that Brooke Logan has been unapproachable for quite some time. Still, would Bill still view Katie as the only woman he wants to be with? Katie isn't so sure that's the case, so she's pumped the thickets on Bill's sweats to win her back, if Brooke were single. Of course, B&B suckers now know Taylor Hayes is literally sick due to her own broken heart. Grace Buckingham thinks Taylor has broken heart pattern, so is reuniting with Ridge Forrester the cure? Still, that could leave Brooke dealing with some heartache of her own if Ridge and Taylor get back together. Brace that up with Bill's desolation and perhaps there's a chance for him to fall for Brooke formerly more. Whether this involves couple status or not, Bill and Brooke could be gearing up for a passionate rendition. These spouses may not be suitable to repel hitting the waists if they're both mourning lost loves and trying to find some comfort. Brooke and Bill have always understood each other on a different position, so there's an ever connection between them that can't be denied. It'll be intriguing to see what the future holds for this pairing and whether Bill might end up with a different Logan family than he intended. Will Bill prove Katie right by reuniting with Brooke or at least taking her to bed again? Brooke and Bill always feel to gravitate toward each other sooner or laterally, so we'll bring you more prognostications on whether another round of Brill is on the horizon. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say the show could make some romantic updates to the oil, so stay tuned for news on which couples will eventually be left standing. Can Taylor and Ridge's chemistry overcome Fortune, Brooke's biggest disadvantage? The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Torsten K. and Rebecca Budig have been earning plenitude of praise for their recent scenes together. Kay delivered an important performance as Ridge pushed Taylor to see a cardiologist and fight for her future. Ridge got choked up as he reflected on how important Taylor was to him and held her close as he claimed he couldn't lose her. Budig did her part by bringing the gashes and playing off the anguish Kay was portraying. For the first time since Budig's debut as a Taylor recast, numerous suckers began to see violent sparks and Tridge 3.0's eventuality. Of course, now that Taylor has visited Dr. Grace Buckingham and heard her broken heart pattern opinion, that's giving guilt-ridden Ridge another reason to bond with his partner. B&B has always played Ridge and Brooke Logan up as each other's fortune, but they're facing a huge problem. Although Kay and Lang are both excellent players, we'd argue that their on-screen chemistry leaves a bit to be asked. What worked with Lang and Ron Moss has no way truly been recreated with Kay in the part. Recasts naturally change effects, so occasionally shows have to shift gears as a result. That said, Kay had great on-screen chemistry with Krista Allen back when she was playing Taylor, but it still wasn't enough to overcome B&B's desire to make ground their fortune pairing. With that in mind, this could be another situation where Taylor's just going to be the love triangle clunker again. Ridge may reunite with Taylor for a while, but he may just go back to Brooke as usual in the end. Indeed so, plenitude of observers will hold out stopgap that the show will completely take advantage of the chemistry between Ridge and Budig's interpretation of Taylor. We see the vision then, so perhaps Taylor and Ridge should come the new couple to root for. Whatever the case, Budig just got a couple of new snaps added to the show's opening credits sequence, so that's given suckers hope that she'll stick around. Our prognostications indicate Taylor has a bright future ahead despite her earlier fears, but where exactly does Ridge fit in that future? The bold and the beautiful spoilers say some surprising romantic developments are still to come, so we'll bring you updates on any love life news along the way. Is Ridge Forrester getting conned? This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes got a lemon dropped on them at the sanitarium. Supposedly, Taylor isn't dying of heart failure. But her broken heart is killing her. Is Ridge Forrester getting played or is his marriage to Brooke Logan killing Hayes' ex-wife? Then's what's coming up next on Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers ahead. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Taylor and Ridge get shocking news. Taylor Hayes' return has been bittersweet. B&B suckers were thrilled to have the iconic character back, only to learn that she was dying of heart failure. Taylor's unanticipated health extremity sounded a little questionable, and some observers were induced she was faking it. Also, she proved everyone wrong and passed out when she saw Brooke and Ridge kissing. Once Taylor and Ridge made it to the sanitarium, effects got indeed more strange. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Is Ridge Forrester getting conned? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Grace Buckingham popped up in her diminutives to run some tests on Taylor. Grace revealed that Taylor was misdiagnosed and she isn't dying of heart failure. Still, she does have a complaint called broken heart pattern. Yes, it sounds fake. But, according to Dr. Buckingham, it's veritably real and mimics the symptoms of a heart attack. That would explain why Taylor swooned. Ridge Forrester is devoted to making Taylor more and keeping her around for numerous further times. Allowing he was losing Isaac's wife made him realize how important he still loves her. Scuttlebutt has it, Ridge will indeed leave Brooke Logan when he realizes that seeing Bridge together is what's breaking Taylor's heart. Is Dr. Grace Buckingham right? You have to admit, it's all a little accessible. The last thing Ridge wants is for Taylor to die from a broken heart, so he has no choice but to leave Brooke and be with her. How well do we really know Dr. Grace Buckingham? Would Taylor actually buy a croaker and fake an illness to get back together with Ridge? Do you suppose Taylor Hayes is really suffering from broken heart pattern? Bill Spencer and Ridge Forrester rivalry revivified. The Bold and the Beautiful observers have watched Bill Spencer and Ridge Forrester go to war numerous times over the times, generally over Logan women. Over the course of the once many times, Bill and Ridge have mellowed out and feel to have stopped stealing each other's women. But, when Ridge Forrester tries to steal Dollar Bill's son, the classic Macho Man contest will return to Bold and Beautiful. Then's what's coming up next on B&B, spoilers ahead. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Will Spencer Jr. jumps boat? Katie Logan and Bill's son, Will Spencer Jr. lately returned home from academy and is meaning joining the workforce. There's only one problem. B&B spoilers show that Will has no interest in joining his father's company, Spencer Publications. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Bill Spencer and Ridge Forrester rivalry revivified. In fact, Will doesn't sound like a huge addict of his father, let alone his company. This week on Bold and Beautiful, Will encouraged his mama Katie Logan to find someone who would treat her better than his own pater. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers allude that Will's lack of interest at Spencer is only half the problem. His mama Katie has been encouraging him to come work with her at Forrester Creations, and has indeed had him at the office to get familiar with everyone. When Bill learns that RJ won't be joining him at Spencer Publications, he'll be agonized, but when he sees him at Forrester Creations, heads will roll. B&B spoilers. Ridge Forrester steals Bill Spencer's son? Bill Spencer is territorial, and not just when it comes to women. He also takes his plutocrat, company, and kiddies veritably seriously. Bill will most likely pay Ridge a visit and advise him not to hire his son, which we all know will only boomerang for the publishing mogul. Still, Big Bill could show up swinging if Ridge takes Little Bill under his sect at FC. Sorely, all this drama over where Will Spencer Jr. will work is going to push him further down from his father. Do you suppose Will should work with his pater? Or at Forrester's? Ridge leaves Brooke because Taylor is dying? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers validate that Ridge Forrester loves Brooke Logan. That won't change now that he knows Taylor Hayes expects to die. Brooke is secure. In recent weeks, she and her son, Hope Logan, have been buttressing the depth of Bridge's bond. But Taylor's extremity dramatically shifts the dynamic. Ridge has openly demonstrated his fondness for Taylor since she returned to Los Angeles, California, isn't grounded on nostalgia alone. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. What once was is no further. Ridge and Taylor were married doubly. But they've not been united in numerous times. Brooke's inviting pull proved too important for Taylor to overcome. Devoted observers recall that Krista Allen's solid interpretation of Taylor led to Ridge compactly leaving Brooke. Still, Ridge could only get up to Taylor's cover of Thomas Forrester's Frame of Brooke. So, the intended remarriage to Taylor was halted before the promises were changed in the legendary Forrester manse. B&B spoilers. Taylor Hayes' health problem is real unless she's in the process of a tremendous deep fake, a ultra-modern cocky term, if there ever was one. Also, Taylor is seriously ill. Heart failure is an implicit killer, with Taylor believing she doesn't have important time left to spend with her favored bones. Telling Lee Nozawa about her opinion opened the daytime door. Taylor is working her way through a process where she intends to partake everything. Collapsing at Forrester Creations, with Ridge just bases down as that happened, wasn't part of Taylor's slow rollout plan. The urgency of Taylor's condition must now be directly addressed. Observers anticipate fresh medical discussion with Lee, John Finnegan, and conceivably returning character Dr. Grace Buckingham as part of the sanctioned opinion and hopeful result. The bold and the beautiful spoilers, Ridge Forrester impelled to help Brooke, will naturally support Ridge when he's by Taylor's bedside. Lang's character had an awful, open talk with her one-time nemesis previous to Taylor's collapse, which puts Brooke in an open, compassionate frame of mind. Still, the length of Taylor's incapacitation will directly affect Brooke's outlook. Brooke will speak out if she sees Ridge impacted beyond what seems natural. Ridge will surely be emotionally drawn to the mama of 3 of his children if she's believed near death or heading in that morbid direction. But an extension of her life would extend this path indefinitely. Imagine an unanticipated reversal, where Taylor's health is restored and Ridge is put in a potentially insolvable emotional spot. The classic triangle, with Ridge in the middle of Taylor and Brooke, could incontinently re-emerge, making choices possible for the 3 Heartache characters.